know,
like
dude.
Crouch position.
That'd be fucking rough, dude.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, welcome to Hot Couch Potato, the podcast where we talk about video games and own Switches. My name is Brent, aka Boo Up. I'm here with my man's Rick, aka A New Perfect Day. What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going? Today is a great cloudy day. It's super cold, by the way.
It
and
is.
It is perfect gaming weather because you're in your blanket and you don't want to get out of your bed and you just want to play games all day. So I think that's also a good gaming weather. So I'm just a little sad though that our time together at PSX has come to an end.
It was a good weekend. It turned out to be a good weekend. I feel like last weekend we complained a little bit too much about it. But after we went back, it mellowed out and it got a lot better, man.
Yeah, it did, definitely.
Yeah. So a lot of other stuff happened this week too. First we'll go with our favorite game of all time, Destiny 2.
Woo!
Last time we talked about the Prometheus lens, this OP laser gun that just was melting everybody in PvP. Well, they balanced it. When I say balanced it, they made it completely useless. It doesn't kill anything anymore. PvP, PvE, anything. It doesn't kill anything anymore. I think they just nerfed it to shit just to do it, and then they'll figure it out in like a month or two what the right balance is for it. It's the most horrible solution. They should have just left it. Just let that be their punishment for the next 2 months of them not testing the game correctly. That and Destiny 2 hit an all-time low. I think it was listed at $25 for a while, man. So that's kind of crazy.
I was just noticing like they're slashing the prices and they're trying to convince more people to keep playing, and this is the best game in the galaxy kind of thing. And I was like, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to go back into the game now since you're making all these types of changes, and especially, you say one thing and then I don't know, you get like 2 blue engrams and a coin. I don't know.
Yeah, man. I mean, I still haven't finished the story in that.
From the DLC?
No, and apparently it's really short, and I just still haven't got. I've only played the first mission with the fidget spinner harpies.
Crap.
Yeah, man. So there goes. And I was like the most hardcore Destiny player, I feel like. And I've fallen off so hard, dude. It's weird. I can't explain it, man. It's just they can't hold my attention anymore, dude. It's weird.
Yeah, I was close to actually buying that ghost thing that works with Alexa.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I was like asking Anthony. I was like, "Oh yeah, Anthony, you're gonna get it?" He was like, "No, I don't like talking out loud." I was like, "Okay, you convinced me not to get it." Because then if you think about it, like, what are you gonna really do? You only could change the loadouts, talk to it a little bit, and then that's it. It's like a $95 thing you can just kind of talk to. So I was like, yeah.
The big kicker with that one is you actually have to be playing Destiny for it to be useful.
Exactly.
And you haven't even purchased the expansions, huh?
No, I was looking for discounts, but it's still kind of pricey for what it is.
Yeah, I think it is $20, right, for the DLCs, because you get 2 of them. The second one hasn't come out yet, and then the base game now is as low as $25. It's kind of gnarly, dude. They are just trying to wholesale get this game out of the shelves, man. That's wild.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people are gonna get it for Christmas. It'd probably seem like a wild Christmas gift. Like, oh man, you got me Destiny 2, crazy, and then they'll play it and it won't be as good.
Or it'll be the completely different reaction. They're like, "You got me Destiny 2. Why do you hate me?"
Too true.
You could have gave me coal.
It's just as good as coal. That's funny. In other gaming news, PUBG came out on Xbox One. And apparently,
really?
Yeah, and apparently it runs like trash.
Dude, I was like looking at videos and I was seeing all this graphical glitches. Are they ever gonna like correct it? Like, how come they release this game knowing that there's still some sort of like glitches or bugs going on?
I have no idea, and it has been for a long time on PC. I mean, it's not the perfect shooter or battle royale game, but I think it's the best of what there is, and that's not saying much. Well, yeah, I don't know, man, because it is really buggy. There's things that people just put up with to play the game. I've watched some streams of PUBG, and it's like you just deal with it. You deal with the little nuances of aiming and shooting and reloading, just to have those 15 seconds of like hype gameplay. But those 15
Yeah.
seconds happen often enough where it's worth it. I didn't think this was gonna run well on console anyways. I mean, it's really hard to run it on a PC well in the first place. Now you're just
Yeah.
gonna dumb it all the way down to like 30 FPS and whatever minimalist graphics you can. Just have it run, and it still runs like caca. So that's wild to me, man. I think releasing on Xbox means that it's not on early access anymore. So this might be as good as the game gets.
Dang. Yeah, I think they're trying to release it for Christmas. That's what their goal was.
Yeah, or maybe they were just trying to reach some 2017, 2018 goal of having this game release. I don't know. It seems fun enough for the people that are into that thing. I think they did. They released a new map as well, a desert map that's just on test servers right now. So I don't think that's live on Xbox yet. But I mean, props to the team. They made something successful.
Yeah.
It's just not as polished, I guess, as I would like to have it. I don't know. It's interesting. H1Z1 was supposed to be on PS4.
Oh, really? What happened?
I don't know. I think Sony saw, because Sony was funding it, I think. And once they saw where they were going with the game, they just said, "Oh yeah, we don't care anymore."
Oh, wow.
So I don't think it's coming on PlayStation 4 anymore.
Holy
Because
shit.
that was supposed to be a big thing, a big thing on PS4 and everybody was excited because Sony was helping to fund all this shit, and now it seems like they completely don't care about it anymore.
God
I'll have to
damn.
Yeah, dude, I have to look that up. I might be talking out of my ass, but I'm pretty positive that Sony was funding them for a little bit, because I think they had some streams from like Sony Studios and things like that showing off the game in early, even before it came out on PC. So it'd be interesting to see what the process was in that. Also this week, Grand Theft Auto 5 had a multiplayer update, and they've sneakily added so many fucking things for free in GTA Online, dude. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
it because they're trying to make up for taking away that modding thing? Like, didn't they get rid of that?
I think what modding thing?
Like, I remember there's some sort of news on like modding, and the people were like getting angry, and they rated the game like on Steam. Grand Theft Auto
Mhm.
5 went like from really high scores to really low because they took away some sort of modding, or maybe they didn't allow modding online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know they
And
didn't
then,
allow modding
yeah.
online. But damn, that's the first I heard about that. That's kind of crazy. Because I know modding is a huge thing for Grand Theft Auto 4 and San Andreas and all that. The modding community is huge. But no, just think it's always been their plan, Grand Theft Auto Online, is just to expand that world just through those DLCs. If you think about it, in Grand Theft Auto 4, they had the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost and Damned, just 2 extra story modes that you can play. They didn't really have anything like that, at least single player wise, for Grand Theft Auto 5. So I feel like they put in all the resources for this online so you can make the story your own, about your own character in this world. Because they have with the heists, and you can own a yacht, you can own a private security company, all this stuff. That being said, all that shit costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you have to buy those little shark cards to get anything done correctly. Or just really grind out at the game. I remember when this first came out, we did this. Oh man, wait, what's today? Statute of limitations. We did this duplicating glitch where you could duplicate this really expensive car and sell it over and over. That's the only way I made money before, man. The money you were making playing missions was not worth it, man, back then. I don't know if it's changed now, because it's definitely been a while. Um, but yeah, the new Grand Theft Auto Online DLC, they got fucking jetpacks finally. I think that's the biggest thing in there, man.
Yay!
I almost want to jump in and play just for the jetpacks, dude. In fact, I installed it again on my PC
I
just to
think it's
see what's
still
up with it.
installed on my PC, so I'm down to try out those jetpacks.
I hope it just doesn't cost millions of dollars.
Oh god,
I
okay,
will
maybe
cry.
not.
I'll try. We gotta see. We gotta see because that's all I want to do is fly in a jetpack. I mean, I think you can get a submarine too. You can get a flying car. I could care less. I just want to fly in a jetpack across San Andreas, dude. That will be amazing, man.
Yeah,
Amazing. So that's just the biggest news for that. That and I'm legit surprised that Grand Theft Auto Online or Rockstar is still dropping all this stuff for free. I mean, more power to them. Although there is a lot of controversy with the shark cards and how much money it costs to do anything in Grand Theft Auto Online. There's probably some Arabian prince out there that spent like $1 million on shark cards, but it's not. I guess it's not mandatory. Is what I'm trying to say. And so more power to Rockstar for getting stuff done out there for free.
yeah. I was thinking like maybe they should do the next Grand Theft Auto game. It's just Grand Theft Auto Online. So any future Grand Theft Auto will be like installments for like single player modes for like
Mm-hmm.
number 6. But virtually it's like a MMO kind of thing where everyone's just playing online, and then Rockstar expands the maps, expands the missions and everything, and I don't know, build their player base like that. So I would think that would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Instead of like coming out with more Grand Theft Auto games and different online environments.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. I don't see how that's too different from what they got going on now too. I think we've always talked about the dream is to just let you go to any city, San
Dude, that would
Andreas,
be sick.
Liberty City,
Yeah.
Vice City, all in one game, man. And I think,
Yeah.
yeah, it would be sick in that online MMO type setting where you could do that. I mean, they have Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. They have San Francisco, which I think is called San Fierro or something, and they have Las Venturas, which is Vegas. So they could definitely add those into the existing game too. That would be great.
Yeah, that
But
would be sick.
and if anything too, make it more, I don't know, story based or more comprehensive. Like it's cool if it's online and if it's multiplayer, but at the same time, at least have the story be a little bit better. Because on what do you call it? Online, the story for the heist and everything is super bare bones.
Mm.
It's just you're this person that's just trying to get rich by robbing everybody. At least that's what I'm taking it as. So yeah, that doesn't sound like a crazy idea at all. But like we've been talking about, if there's one game where you could like go San Andreas and you get a job to kill somebody in Vice City or something, that would be fucking amazing, dude. Fly there in your jetpack. But yeah, and then lastly, Monster Hunter World beta happened last weekend while we were at PSX. Did you get to play any of this, man?
Dude, so basically I like waited till I think it was like till Monday to play the game, and I thought there was like a 20-minute timer of playing the game, and I was playing for like a minute, like literally a minute, and then I had to go poo. So I thought I pressed pause, or I don't know, I just pressed pause, put the controller down, went to go poo, took a 20-minute poo because I took my time, came back, and then the screen was like, thank you for playing. And I was like, oh no, did I like end my trial? So like I just turned it off. But then I realized, like, some of our friends were saying that you can just restart the game and hop back in. But by the time that you mentioned that, like, it was already too late. The beta had ended and all that. But it looks amazing. Like, I think I'm gonna be doing the Charged Blade. And I was like looking at all the videos of people like wrecking havoc and shit. And then my cousin was mentioning like there's some sort of grappling where we can all start grappling on things and jumping on top of the dinosaurs to kill them. And he was like showing me all the costumes. Like the previous samurai costumes was like a Ronin warrior kind of costume, and in order to get it, it was like you had to defeat one of the dinosaurs. So this year's DLCs is going to be like similar, but I think this one you just buy that samurai armor cosmetic, and I was like, I was already really on the fence of buying that because it looks really sick. But then yeah, it looks really sick.
I'm gonna end up buying it, dude. We gotta be samurais hunting dinosaurs, dude. It's gonna be perfect.
Dude, if we could change the colors of our armors, we'd be fucking Ronin warriors,
Dude,
man.
I know. I go green, dude. Yeah, man. That's so funny. So you played it for 1 minute and thought that was it?
That was it. And then, yeah, I came back and it said, thank you for playing. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I think the thing is you could just play each instance for 20 minutes. So they don't want you to explore throughout the whole world during the demo. Because I think they made the whole map just accessible to you.
Yeah.
It's just you only had 20 minutes in each map. So I played I didn't play too much of it. I just played each instance once. There were 3 instances, both all based on difficulty. There was easy, medium, and hard, and each of them had a different monster. All these monsters we've seen before in trailers in the past. The first one was pretty easy. It was like this giant iguana that you had to hunt and track down. With all 3 of them, you had to track them down using these fireflies and look for clues like poop, footprints, like scratch marks on trees and stuff. You know, you use these fireflies to detect all that and kind of follow this trail and build a profile for the animal you're hunting or for the monster you're hunting.
Yeah.
And then it leads you to the monster and then you can fight him. Now, the craziest thing about this game that I didn't really appreciate until I was playing it is the monsters don't have health bars, man.
Oh.
Like, I did not know. And the whole thing with this is it's timed too. So I might have been whooping this thing's ass, but I wasn't doing it fast enough. And the thing said, you have 3 minutes left in your trial. And I go, wait, I don't know if I'm killing this thing yet. And when the monsters get too heavily injured, they'll run back to their lair and like try to rest and heal up, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm out here running after this monster, running out of stamina. Because I think for the first monster, I used like this giant samurai sword, this wyvern sword or something like that. And when I attacked, it took like 2 seconds for me to wind up and hit him. So I actually had to like back him into a corner and actually fight him. I couldn't just hit and run. So I was chasing this guy fucking throughout the whole entire map back to his lair, just beating him up in his lair until I finally killed him. The second one, what was the second one? I think it was like this rock based monster. It was in a desert or something. But this one was cool because you had these little guys helping you out to capture it. All you had to do was jump on his back and ride him to a certain location, and then these little, I think they were the cats. Can't really remember, but they had a trap set up for him so you could trap him in there. So that was pretty cool. That one was kind of a horrible experience because I use a gun and I come to find out that guns are really better for support. Like if you're playing with a team of 4 hunters, you know, then
yeah,
I could be that person that's ranged and I don't know, maybe heal you guys and attack from a range. But if I'm by myself just with this fucking gun, I'm doing poo-poo damage. It takes me forever to like, because I don't know what you have to do. I don't know what you have to do to shoot this gun. This guy gets on one knee, aims the gun, shoots it, and then kneels down again. It takes 5 seconds to shoot this gun once. It's so horrible, dude. And I think it's like that with every gun. And the damage isn't that great because, you know, with a sword, you could just combo it up. With a gun, you're just shooting once at a time. And I mean, there's different ammo you can get for your gun. But I definitely think it's worth, especially since I was playing solo, just to go with a sword or something like that. The last one I fought is the Tyrannosaurus Rex looking thing from the first trailer that we saw. And that was like the hardest one to do. And it was crazy. I was in a PlayStation party with some people who had played the demo already. Like, oh man, if you beat that, I'll get you in and out for free by yourself. I was like, okay, fine, I'll try this out, you know what I mean? And I think all of my experience from Dark Souls and Bloodborne just led me to the promised land of soloing this guy. And I whooped his ass. It was actually sick because when he was running back to his lair, it was inside a tree trunk or something like that, and then he reaches this point where the floor is made out of vines and he fell through. So I went down and I did like that lunging attack from up top and my sword got stuck in his head, kind of like that one fight in Dark Souls 3. I don't think you played that part yet. But anyways, I just went down with my sword was stuck in his head for a while. He was thrashing about. It was sick, dude. The most epic shit ever. And I finally got that last hit. And this one was crazy because my 20 minutes was really running out, dude. It said, you have 1 minute left. I was like, fuck. And I was just like whacking away and killing him. But it's good, man. I actually really can't wait for this game to come out. I think I'm sold now.
Sweet. Yeah, I remember there's this the dual blades. You're saying like how the dual blades wasn't looking good, and we're kind of making fun of it. And then my cousin showed me like one guy with the dual blades. He was like sliding down this hill, and then from like the tail all the way to the top to the head of the monster, he was doing like a giant slash. He leaped in the air and was just doing like a rotating slash all the way on top of the monster.
Like Attack on Titan?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Like Attack on Titan. Yeah, so I gotta get that gift and I'll show you. But I was like, God damn! I thought it's just like that simple run up to the monster and do hack and slash kind of thing. But it's like, dude, this is like pretty awesome. So I might have to look more into that one too.
Yeah, like I said, I did a lot of dodging. My Bloodborne Dark Souls 3 experience definitely carried me through that last fight for sure. I can see where, if I hadn't played those games before, I would have been dying a shit ton to this guy.
I told you, Dark Souls gets you prepared, man.
But it's kind of not a great comparison as well, because Monster Hunter is a lot more clunkier than Dark Souls is, and I think that was my only thing. But you can't really compare those games to each other or how the gameplay is, so I got to get that out of my head. Because if you do compare it, then every dodge is like a second too late. The controls aren't as responsive on the attacks, and the combos are kind of clunky. Because in Bloodborne, how you can have your trick attack if you combo up R1 and R2 in a certain way.
Yeah.
You could do that too in Monster Hunter, where you attack and then you could transform your weapon and then do a different attack in a specific combo. But it's not as responsive, and the hits don't feel as chunky as they do in Bloodborne. But again, it was just the beta. This game comes out next month already. Holy shit, dude, it's coming out so soon.
Spent so much money right now.
I just got my Switch today. Yesterday, dude. Fuck.
Nope.
It means I have a month to finish Zelda and Mario Odyssey, dude. Oh my god. Why didn't I buy this earlier, man? So that kind of bleeds into what we've been playing this week, man. A lot of demos, and yes, we finally both got Switches, dude.
Yeah.
How's yours been so far, man?
Pretty awesome. Even though I haven't really played any games on it, I just put my awesome screen protector, and of course there's that one piece of lint that's just gonna stay with me. But I was just like playing around with the controls, like how you disconnect it or you use the other kind of things. And I bought myself it's kind of like a cheaper version of the Pro controller, but it's a wired version, and it looks like it only connects through the dock way. But I would rather play with the dock and the controller, and then when I want to go somewhere, play with the Joy-Cons. So, but looking at the accessories, man, I think that's how they're getting their money, is through the accessory. Everything is so fucking expensive. I wanted a green controller so I can have a green and red controller, but oh god, it's $80 to buy that Joy-Con controller.
Just for one Joy-Con too, man.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was like,
bucks?
It is just, yeah, I guess it's because it's the limited edition kind of stuff. So like it comes with your typical regular controllers, but the limited edition colors, I don't know, people are pricing it like really crazy, and oh god, I'm broke.
But yeah, what games do you have? You just have Mario, right?
Yeah, just Mario. I haven't launched it yet, but I'm getting myself ready, making my bed, just putting on my nice comfortable pants, my pajama pants, and after this I'm just gonna, like, I don't know, you won't see me for a while.
Dude, legit, when I was setting up my Switch today, I made sure I did all my laundry, I folded it, I changed my sheets, put all the trash in my room in one trash bag and threw it out, dude. I don't know what it is. It's just like you have to be in the right setting to experience something for the first time, dude. I almost fucking lit a candle too. That's how special this moment was. I'm playing my Switch for the first time. Let me light a
Have
candle.
rose petals and all on your bed. Oh shit.
Well, yeah, man, I fired it up thanks to the homies last night at a Christmas party. I got Mario Odyssey. When I bought my Switch yesterday, I just got Zelda with it because I figured that game will keep me busy for a while. And then last night I went to a Christmas party and got Mario Odyssey and a controller. I was like, oh my god, dude, this is exactly what I needed. I almost cried. Oh my god, dude, it was amazing. But today, like I said, cleaned up my room, made sure everything was straight, finished my Christmas shopping, and finally fired it up. And dude, Mario Odyssey is the funnest game I've played in a long time, dude.
Damn.
I don't know what it is. It's just so bright and fun. The music is great. The characters are funny. I think I've been playing games too seriously for a little bit, man. Or at least the games I've been playing have been too serious. You know, like Dark Souls and Bloodborne are the big ones I played this year. Destiny, Call of Duty World War II, Uncharted. I mean, they're lighthearted in places, but I feel like they're just too... It's been a long time since I've played a video game like this. You know, like Sonic, or I guess Parappa is an exception.
Mm-hmm.
But one that's fun, you know, like a platformer like this. And I mean, it's not too challenging, but I'm just having a good time with it, man. I think I've fought 2 bosses already, and I was smiling the entire time fighting. It wasn't like I was, you know,
magic is there.
Bloodborne, like fucking crying and stressing the whole time I'm fighting something, right?
Yeah.
When I was fighting these bosses, you kind of figure out the mechanics pretty quickly, and it's just so much fun. It's so fluid and great. I mean, I kind of miss that too, that organic learning of how the world works in a video game as well, you know. I mean, in Mario Odyssey, you throw your hat and you can take control of enemies, and you have certain abilities with these enemies. And then for one of the boss fights, you have to utilize that enemy to attack the boss, and you're just like, oh, whoa, I didn't even have to learn how to do this because we did it earlier in the level to get through some obstacles. This is crazy, you know. And then there's all these things that you just want to throw your hat at to see what happens, you know, and then you see it pop up later and like, oh, hey, I know what to do here. You know what I mean? It's like Mega Man 2 all over again, dude, where you're just learning as you're going along. There's tutorials and stuff, but it's all stuff that you already should know or have learned before you got there. So I don't know, man. It's good times. I'm gonna be stuck on this game for a while, dude.
I know, same here. I'm taking Monday and Tuesday off, and you know that's where I'm gonna be AFK or away from the world, just playing this game. I bought myself like a case of soda. I am ready, my friend.
Yeah, man. Mario Odyssey's my game of the year, man. Late entry for game of the year 2017, dude. This game is too much fun. But yeah, dude, it's pulled me away. It's fucked up because I almost finished Starbound too. I'm on the last boss in Starbound. At PSX, Rick was telling me about how hard the bosses were and how crazy the story gets, or just how crazy the fights get with the bosses.
Yeah.
I told myself, okay, man, maybe I'll just skip building my castle and everything. I mean, apparently I can go back and finish my castle after I finish the story. So I just hunkered down and fought the rest of the bosses, and it was pretty fun, man. In Starbound, it's a couple of the bosses were like bullet hell bosses, right? That one, the monkey one, that robot shit, that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, you actually have to dodge. I'm like, what?
You have to dodge everything, shoot stuff. That was pretty fun because, I mean, the whole time we're playing this game, it's just a side scroller, really, and we're just shooting stuff. And then you have fights, these boss fights with actual mechanics, and it trips me out. So those were fun. I'm on the last boss.
So you're facing the last boss right now?
Yeah.
You haven't seen it? Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I fought him a couple times. It took me forever first to figure out what to do on this fucking planet. So the goal of the game is to get all these stones together to open this portal. You put all the stones into the portal, and you get teleported to this world. I think is Earth. I don't know, but anyways, you're on this world. So I do what I do when I land on every new planet. I explore. I'm fucking dying every 5 seconds on this fucking planet. There's monsters everywhere, and they have the
And they
most
hurt,
OP
yeah.
attacks. I know, dude. It's so fucking broken. I hate it. And I would put down a marker for myself wherever I first land, so I know if I ran around in a complete circle. And I would never make it back to my marker, dude. I would just keep dying. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. They said this planet's a living thing. I'm just gonna go dig. And I dug down, and yeah, turns out you have to dig deep down into the core, and that's where you fight the final boss.
Yeah.
I just faced him a couple times, and he just has too many ads, bro.
Yeah. So for me, I just upgraded my armor, brought 2 of my peoples down with me, and I used like ranged exploding attacks to get rid of the ads.
Oh my fucking god, you're a genius. I forgot I could bring people with me, dude.
Yep.
Oh. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I gotta bring my crew with me. But yeah, man. What else have you been playing this week?
Can you hear that? Can I think So this is the reason why I haven't really started Dark Souls 3. It's just making me remember the pain and misery I'm going through. Well, you know, you play a game, you're supposed to be stress relieved, but this is building all of my stress. So Friday, you know, I had really nothing to do. It was my day off. I did all my chores, and I was like, okay, let me tackle Bloodborne. So basically, I spent the entire day on one boss trying to beat this motherfucker.
And this is the same boss, right? That you and I were trying to fight Lawrence, that werewolf giant dude on fire. Yeah.
Exactly. So it came to the point where, you know, I was like, I don't know, for 8 hours straight, I was just getting tired. I was done. I was like, okay, I'm done. So I passed out. I just took a nap, and I was like, okay, I woke up. And then I watched this video of a guy. He was facing it at level new game plus 10.
Oh
So
my
basically,
God.
beat the game 10 times, and each time you beat the game, the whole world gets harder.
Mhm.
And so he beat it 10 times. But the thing is, with him, he never got hit at all. So which was super crazy. So like I was just studying his videos of like how is he dodging everything, and then he was giving out these tips of like, okay, these are the certain attacks, what to do, and all that. It came to the point where I fought the boss way too many times, where every pitch in his you know, every scream the monster makes, I already know what attack is coming.
Oh,
So it's
shit.
like I already anticipate every little nukes and crannies of, you know, the nuances the character has, and I was like, man, I'm dodging everything, but he just gets me randomly with the leaps, and that's the only one I can't really predict, because you have to like dodge specifically at right when he's about to hit you, kind of thing.
Mhm.
But basically, I came really close. I got to a second phase. I came close to beating him, and after like I think it was only like down to 1/10 of his life, like he just slams me. And then I put down the controller. I cried for like a little bit, and I was like, okay, I think I'm done with video games for a while.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah, dude, like for the entire day, dude. I even came to the point where I was like, I was becoming a little religious. I was like starting to chant the Bloodborne chant right before battle, you know, like a little prayer, like, you know, I was born of the blood, made man of the blood, undone by the blood. So,
no, dude.
you know, even the monsters going up to face the boss, there's like monsters you have to fight and avoid to get to that boss. And dude, I already remember a lot of their attacks to the point where I can just take them down easily without getting hit. But, you know, it was just, oh my god, it was so frustrating. I just cried that night, man.
Oh no, dude.
I still haven't beaten him yet.
Oh no, I thought this was gonna give us a happy ending, dude.
No happy ending in Bloodborne.
Oh god, no, bro.
I'm on New Game Plus Plus with him.
Yeah,
New Game
yeah.
Plus Plus. Ugh.
Yeah, that's rough, dude, because his attacks are that much stronger and probably just one-shot you at that point too, right?
Yeah, when he gets to the second phase, he one-shots me mostly.
Yeah.
After when you get his life down to 75%, then that's when his flames and stuff start hurting a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh my god. I thought I was pretty good, I'm pretty stubborn. But I think the part where I messed up on is I put way too much into Blood Tinge. Since they changed a lot with Blood Tinge, like my weapon scales off Blood Tinge only if I'm in blood mode with the katana.
Oh, so you're taking damage then?
Yeah. So I shouldn't have done that. I should have just went put it into strength or something, or at least arcane, because the scythe is arcane and dexterity. But I'm dexterity and Blood Tinge, so it only works if I'm in that blood mode, which takes damage, and I'm like, oh my god, please kill me now.
Yeah, fucking Gray Fox from Metal Gear Solid. Hurt me more.
Hurt me more, Snake. Hurt me.
Try to pull the trigger. No, can't do it. No, it's not worth it. Just spamming that shit. Damn, that sucks, dude. All right,
Yeah.
maybe you know what you need in your life, dude.
It's a stress reliever.
Mario Odyssey, bro.
Exactly.
There's gonna be flowers. The sun's gonna be shining. There's gonna be a beautiful waterfall and this wonderful music. Birds flying everywhere. You're gonna be picking up coins, dude. It's gonna be great. I'm telling you. Start it as soon as we get off this. It's gonna be wonderful, man.
I'm ready.
Play for a couple days before you go back up to LA on Tuesday. Play Bloodborne. You're gonna beat him in one shot.
Exactly. Mario's gonna give me the strength to beat this motherfucker.
But yeah, other than that, yeah, you beat Starbound too, right? Story mode.
Yeah. That one actually had to upgrade everything, because I went down there originally, and I was exploring the world, and the world fucking hurts, like you were saying, and I finally was able to get around, completely walk the entire world, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what to do. I guess I have to dig down.
Mm-hmm.
So I dug down, and then I was like, oh, this is brain stuff. Oh, I might be close to something, and then that's when I discovered the boss, and the boss was pretty crazy with those ads.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I'm down here with no heals at all, and I'm under armored. So I went back up, got leveled, and got readied. And then the next time around, I actually beat him in one go. So
nice.
Yeah, and plus when you bring the NPCs down with you too, it helps a lot because the ads start focusing on the NPCs.
So tanking for you, yeah.
Yeah, and what I do is I brought my strongest NPCs, and I brought the healing staff, because when they're taking hits, sometimes they stand still, and I just heal them with my healing staff, and then let them take all the aggro while I'm still fighting the boss, which helps a lot. So I don't know. Before, when I went down, I had no help, and I was actually killing everything, and I don't know. It was pretty rough. I got him to halfway, and then I kept dying at that point. But it's not as stressful as Bloodborne, where you think you're winning, but it's just nope.
You're
and
just
you
one hit away.
Slapped. Yeah.
You're one hit away from defeat every time. Nice.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Definitely know the feel, dude. Definitely know the feel. So this week we're gonna wrap up our PSX coverage. Like I said before, I think our impressions of PSX were a little bit negative when we first got in there. But I'm telling you, no, as the day went on, as we went, back after recording, it got a lot better, at least in my eyes. We got a lot more done, since the main thing was it wasn't as crowded, right? We got to do anything we wanted, essentially. But I think some things we didn't talk about last time. We played the Shadow Colossus demo. We were just completely lost that whole time, right?
Fuck yeah, dude. For what? How long did we have? We had 5 or 10 minutes?
No, they didn't let us play this game for shit, dude. We scheduled to play it so late in the day. And, I'm thinking, if we're able to schedule a game, we scheduled that VR demo. We played that VR demo for 30 minutes, dude. That was great.
Exactly. That was really fun. Even though it was 1v1,
Yeah.
I really had a blast, you know, just doing the same things over, learning VR at
Yeah.
the time too. It was
Experiencing
pretty cool.
VR for sure. Yeah, that extended exposure to VR was great. So I thought, okay, cool, we'll be able to play Shadow of the Colossus for that amount of time too. Psych.
Nope.
We only get there. We get there, and I'm, I played this game a long time ago, and I'm like reacclimating myself to everything. And I get to the boss, and I think I can't even hit him once. I'm still climbing up him, and the guy goes, "Okay, time's up. Thanks for playing." Like, what the fuck? And I think you could see in my face that I was like, "Really, dude?" And he goes, "Oh, but you could take a picture up over there," because they had this giant ass Colossus up there that you could climb on top of and stab a sword into his head. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, dude, like when I started playing, like, because I haven't played it before, but I was like getting used to the controls, and then I didn't know how to get the horse out of the temple, because the horse mechanic for me was like, strange, just controlling the horse. I'm used to like Red Dead Redemption kind of driving the horse, but once I was able to get outside, I was lost as shit. So I was like kind of like taking a few glances at your screen, and you kept raising your sword, and I was like, what is that? The way that's
Yeah.
how you look at for stuff? And then the entire time, for like my entire playthrough, I was just raising the sword, just riding the horse, raising my sword, and then people behind me was like saying, "Oh, this guy looks lost." And I was like,
dude.
"Yeah, dude." In my head, I'm like, "Yeah, I am lost." So after a while, the guy was like, "Oh, just go to that direction." I was like, "Okay." And then once I got there, I don't know, I was just there around there for like forever trying to figure out how to climb, because I didn't know you have to hold R2.
R2, yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like jumping everywhere, thinking it was gonna auto grab, like, I don't know, like Uncharted or something, but it didn't. So, and then I got stuck on the ledge, and I was like, okay, how do you get past the ledge? And it turns out you had to jump and then grab in order to climb the ledge, or go past the top of the ledge. And I was like, okay, cool. Once I was able to see the boss, the guy goes, "Okay, you guys' time is up, and thank you for playing." Like, what? I spent my entire playthrough looking how to get to the boss, how to climb a rock, only so you could tell me, yeah, it's done.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
I mean, the game looks great. It looks fucking beautiful, dude.
It looks amazing, yep.
But it doesn't demo well. Maybe the demo should be just throwing you into that first fight. Skip having to explore and find it, but just put you in that arena, and let you fight. I think that's what the demo should be, man.
Exactly.
They expected way too much by having us start in the shrine and then work our way out to the monsters, dude, or to the Colossus, dude. That was way too crazy. Well, the game is great, man. Like I said, I just can't wait to. It looks awesome, dude. Like all the Colossus looks great. The hero looks amazing. The little bootleggedness of the climbing is still there. I did a couple of jump climbs or jump grabs, and yeah, that bootleggedness is still there. It'll be interesting to see if the exploits still work too, because I think there's a way where you can have unlimited climbing if you do a certain action. But yeah, my favorite fight in that game is this turtle, and you have to hit him in the head to make him go a certain direction, and you have to ram him into something. And when he hits it, he raises up, and his weak spot is his belly. So I can't wait to do that fight in Super HD 4K HDR graphics, dude.
Dude, what if you could do that in like VR? That would be pretty sick.
That would make me sick, I think. Dude, can you imagine you're climbing him, right? And then you look down. Oh, that would fuck me up. I'd be kind of sick. Another demo we played, Japanese High School / Zombie Hunter, I think that's what it's called. But the game we were talking about here weeks ago that was in Japan that we thought would never come out in America is out in America, and it's only $40, and it's 5-person co-op. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
They just want us to buy this game, man. But it was fun. It reminded me a lot of Resident Evil, maybe 4 and 5. where there's just zombies and it's third person, and you're just shooting them up. You could shoot them in the leg and then karate kick them in the face and all this stuff. Except instead of being Leon, you're an anime high school girl.
Punching boulders still.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's just a shooter, another zombie shooter. So not too much to say there. Yeah, after we recorded the podcast, we went back out, and it wasn't packed at all. We got to meet up with everybody as well, and played some Destiny and World War II World War II Call of Duty, which was hilarious because we stomped the other teams we were playing against, and I guess the people we were playing against in Destiny were kind of mad.
Yeah, they were, dude. When we were going in, like I don't know, they were pretty confident. They had the confident face that they were gonna wreck us in Destiny 2, and I was like, okay, I'm a little nervous because it's been a while since I've been playing PvP. So when we hopped in, oh my god, we were just wrecking havoc, dude. As soon as they spawned, they were fucking dead. But the funny part was, after it all, Anthony got first place, by the way, in kills. I was like off by 2. I was kind of like, damn it. But anyways, me and Anthony were like waiting in line. Like after you guys scanned your stuff and went away, I guess one guy was like telling Anthony to hurry up because Anthony was like taking a little time to open his app and get the thing scanned. So you can hear the saltiness in the guy's voice. Because there's only one exit, so both teams have to awkwardly be near each other after the match and get their badges scanned or whatnot. And then the 2 guys behind me were arguing. They're like, "Oh, you should have done this. Oh no, you should have done this. I haven't been playing in a while. Why?" Like stuff like that. And I was like, "Damn, this is getting more awkward as shit." Like we just wrecked these people, and these people are like right behind me arguing.
Oh no, dude! I feel bad.
No, I was not feeling bad. I was like, yeah, we fucking kicked your ass. Oh, but it was pretty cool. Like I got to play my hunter, and what were you guys playing? Like who was the warlock? Who was the other stuff?
I think Anthony was a titan and Maynard was the warlock. I for sure was a hunter as well. I remember my play of the game was getting a triple kill as an arc strider. I think all 3 of them were in a room, and I just jumped in there, used my super, and fucking killed them all, dude. It was amazing.
Holy
you could see them like running backwards, shooting me too. That's the funniest, man. When you activate your super and you just fucking see people running backwards, like not even turning around, but just like running backwards.
I was definitely turning around when Maynard launched his super out of the wall.
Oh,
yeah. So like we were like, I don't know. I think he thought he was a hunter or a titan, and then he tried to activate his special, but he just like Nova bombed the wall, and I was like looking at him like, is there enemies around the corner or what? That was funny.
Yeah, man. I mean, with anything too, like in Overwatch as well. If you hook somebody with Roadhog, people just kind of run backwards after you hook them. There's nothing else they can do on console.
They have that fear.
Yeah, right. Oh man, but yeah, and then we carried that ownage over to Call of Duty World War II. Just tore up some people in that game really quick. And then
I was getting wrecked though. It was hard. I think Call of Duty is hard.
We won though. We totally won. And it's funny feeling the difference, especially we just played Destiny 2 and then jumping over to Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah.
Just like the way it controls, like you kind of miss your double jumps, it takes you forever to climb over something. It's an interesting comparison, I guess. They're both first person shooters, yet they feel so different at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's just an interesting look into the differences that you can have of one genre. Then after Call of Duty, we played some Battlefield 2 and tore it up over there as well. That was actually really fun, I thought. We were playing the game mode where we were all in ships and we were the Empire, so we had to defend our base, I think, and we had to stop the rebels from bombing it or blowing up the reactor core. And it's one weak spot Because of course, in Star Wars, every ship has one weak spot. Dude.
I know.
So we had to protect that one weak spot, and that was fun. We tore it up in that as well. I think we did win that game, right?
Yeah, we won.
Yeah. So that was good times. Also that night we played this Medusa VR game.
Oh, that
which
was fun as
hilarious,
shit, dude.
So we were, first of all, there was an empty booth. There was an empty booth at PSX. It was just a table and 2 chairs. So we ran into, I think, Eric and Dustin and Danny and them at that table. We ran into Michael Garrett as well. Good seeing him out there. And everybody was just talking, and I think you, Alan, and I are looking at this guy in his booth, and nobody's playing his game. And I remember telling Rick, I was like, man, I feel bad. We should play his game. Because he was just, I think he had Monster Hunter Worlds right next to him. He had some VR game right next to him on the other side. So there were people in the area playing games. They just weren't playing his game. And there were like lines for other shit too. So I felt bad. I was like, man, I feel bad. We should play his game. So we roll up to him, and it's just one guy in the booth, this Japanese guy, and he's just telling us about the game, about how you play as Medusa and like her protector or something like that, and you could play it single player or you could play it co-op. And he says the only thing is you can't look at Medusa, or else you as the player will turn into stone too. And the person that controls Medusa is in VR and the other person isn't. The person that plays her protector or whatever. So Rick and I jumped on, picked up sticks, and he played as Medusa. And I played as this knight or whatever her protector was. And it was actually really fun. There were enemies that had to go around and hit before they got to Rick. And there were enemies like that were flying that I couldn't really kill, but Rick could freeze them or turn them to stone, and then I could kill them once they fell on the ground. So it was good times. The most hilarious part, though, was we're playing this game for 2 seconds, and I'm actively not trying to look at Rick, right? Because I know I'm going to turn into stone. 2 seconds into playing this game, the guy's helping out Rick because the VR portion's a little bit weird. He walks over to my side and says, I think he's trying to turn you into stone. And I was like, God damn it, of course he is.
Yeah, I remember the guy was like, "Oh yeah, don't look at him, don't look at him," and then the entire time I was trying to look for you. Near the end of the game too, like, yeah, I knew we're fighting that boss, and then we're like, okay, we're not gonna kill this boss in time, so like I was actively looking for you, and I can see you like running off in the distance, trying to look away from me.
Because that's the thing. I think at that point, if you look at me, I think it was a red laser that showed your line of sight. So I saw the laser coming for me. I was like, nope. And I was just running away, dude. And
I was chasing you.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? Is I think we were about to beat that boss. Because
we were.
He popped up like 5 or 6 times and we didn't know what to do. But apparently there's eyes on this boss that we have to hit. And there's 2 higher and 2 lower. As Medusa, you were supposed to kill the ones that were higher, and I was supposed to kill the ones that were lower.
Yeah.
But we just got that way too late. By the time, 5 seconds were left in the demo, I was just running away from Rick's eyesight.
Because I knew you wanted to turn you to stone.
But see, that's what we were talking about last week or the week before that, where VR is cool, but you need to do more than first-person shooters and flying in planes or driving a car. And I think this is one way to do it, man. This was super fun. I went into it with like no expectations, and it did look janky. You could tell it was in early development. I mean, I couldn't even lock on to enemies. I was just swinging my sword in the direction the enemies were, but it was fucking fun, dude. Knowing the danger that you could turn me into stone and kill me. That was good times, man. That was good times. But yeah, no, that was just the funniest. So we jump in the game and I'm killing shit. And next thing I know, this guy walks up from around from where Rick was and says, I think he's trying to turn you to stone. And I was like, typical Rick.
I wanted to see, well, if you really can turn into stone.
But yeah, that's a cool concept. That'll be a cool party game when it comes out for sure. I don't think it'll be out for a while though. Other game we played that night, Gang Beasts, which
that was fun as shit.
Yeah, which I'd only played on PC. It's coming out on PS4. I guess it is out on PS4. But that one, you're just this fucking ragdoll that's throwing people off ledges and stuff, punching people, headbutting people, karate kicking people. That was good times, man.
Yeah. I think that one was pretty popular. I saw it on Steam on sale recently, but yeah, it was a blast playing with. It was me, you, and Alan, and I guess that fourth guy. And
Stranger
that fourth
Danger,
guy kept winning a little. No, wait, no, we all won one actually.
Yeah, we all won one. I think Alan ended up winning 2.
Yeah, I think I just fell.
The best one was the stage where with the trains, with the subway. That was the funniest one.
Like we accidentally trip over and then we're like all trying to get out of the subway's way. And right when you think you're going to get out of the way, the subway just like rams us.
Yeah. Because they're in the tracks and we're trying to jump and get out the tracks, but it's like a little bit too high. So we need to jump and grab the ledge. But none of us know how to grab the ledge. And by the time we figure it out, the subway comes through and just runs us over. I think in one of the games too, I was trying to hide. Like we're on this platform or whatever, and then there's some stairs that lead down, and I just went down the stairs, and someone behind us watching was like, "Hey, who's green trying to hide?" I was like, "Shut the fuck up, dude!"
And then all 3 of us came down,
the stairs. I know.
Like, hey, look at this motherfucker hiding.
revealing the strats, dude. What an asshole. But yeah, man. So that was the end of our first day. I think we cut it off there because we wanted to get some donuts in, man.
Yeah. Don't forget Dead by Daylight.
Oh,
we were like, preparing. We basically Maynard wanted the beanie.
Oh my god, dude.
So basically, he was the killer, and if the killer wins, you get a beanie from the booth, and the survivors. It was supposed to be 4 of us, and it was just me and you and 2 new guys. Luckily, it was just 2 new guys, and our strat was to help Maynard win by not doing anything, secretly purposely getting caught.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we spent I don't know, the entire time in line just trying to say, oh yeah, this is the way we have to do it. This is how we, learning the system basically, and say, okay, we're just gonna give them a little bit of hard time. But basically, when we started the game, 2 minutes in, all of us goes down. And I was like, oh my god. I don't think we even needed to try at this point, but he wrecked us. He caught all of us. He put traps down. Because he's a master at this game. He caught all of us, killed us, and I think you were the last one to survive because you played the game before and all that. But we learned that he was actually also getting tips from a pro.
From a pro player, yeah.
Yeah, a high-level ranked player. So he just ensured his victory by getting those tips. And I was like, man, you didn't even need to do that. We were planning to lose on purpose. I know. You didn't have to wipe us.
Dude, I did it in the beginning too, right? Because I was like, okay, let's help Maynard out a little bit. So I think there were 2 or 3 of us. So the point of the game, you have to work on 5 generators. Once you repair 5 generators, that brings electricity to these electrical doors that you can open and then escape the level, right? So I think there was 2 or 3 of us working on 1 generator, and there were 2 people working on 1 generator, and I see them, so I go up to them and I start working on it too. Now, when you're working on this generator, there's a skill check where there's this rotating line, and you have to press L1 at the perfect timing. If you don't press it in a given area, then you fuck up and you short out the generator, and it makes a sound that the killer can hear. So I jump in there, I start working on this generator, and I fuck up on purpose, right? So Maynard knows that we're all over there. So after I fuck that up, I start running away, right? And I see Maynard, he's over there attacking whoever's at that generator. I'm walking with someone else, right? And I know where Maynard is, so I tell the person to follow me, and we're walking to this one area, and we run into Maynard, and I turn the corner, and Maynard just chases that other person and kills them. So I'm actively helping this dude out at this point, right? And I'm thinking, okay, cool. We were talking about it in line, too. I was like, come on, we've been waiting in line for 20 minutes. Let's play the game for at least 5 minutes. Come on, man. I don't want to just die real quick. And then he just kills me super quick, dude. I think we played this game for 2 minutes, man.
We were all down on the floor calling for help.
And there's nothing we could do, dude. And the guy
Yeah.
was like telling us, "Oh, yeah, you guys should just die. There's nothing you could do." We're like, what the fuck? They felt so bad for us. They gave us freebies.
Yeah, pity present.
Like you can only get a freebie as a survivor if you guys survive. You know what I mean? Or whoever survives out of the group gets that prize. But they felt so bad for us. They gave us prizes. It was fucking
Yeah.
hilarious, dude. It was too funny, bro.
Yeah, I remember when we were all down, like you and somebody else was trying to hide from Maynard.
Oh,
from
yeah.
finding you.
And he couldn't find us.
Yep, he
We're
was
like
just
in a
walking
bush.
around.
Oh my god, dude. No, but that was on day 2. I'm talking about we got donuts after the first day, and M&M donuts, man, is the
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
greatest, dude. That was the first time I had
Amazing.
it, like popping fresh out the kitchen, man. And that was
Yeah.
because last time, yeah, I had it like hours afterwards. You'd bought it, but no, there was like points where I was like, oh man, there's something in my nails, dude. So I like kind of chew on my nails and stuff, and it was the fucking liquid sugar that turned hard.
Like,
I know, right? You just get a second taste of those donuts, dude. That shit's too crazy, man. How did that
Oh,
get so
by
popular
the
too?
huh?
How did that get so popular too?
I don't know. I learned it from my nephew. He was like, "Let's go
Uh-huh.
get these donuts," and I was like, "Meh. Why is there a line? Meh." But once I tried it, I was like, "Dude, I think I'm gonna have a heart attack soon." But yeah, like also on a side note, like I mentioned to my cousin, I gave him like some of my themes, like God of War and all that, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, how did you get these themes?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, I went to PSX," and then he
Mhm.
goes, "Oh, I'm sorry."
What?
I'm sorry for you. I was like, what? Yeah, so apparently, he heard all that, the Reddit and the news of like how horrible not horrible, but how disappointing the conference was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I was like, why are you apologizing to me? He goes, I'm sorry.
Wow, dude. That's funny.
my
But
cousin.
see, that just proves why you can't just stay on the internet, man. You got to go out there and experience shit too. Because it wasn't a bad time, dude. It was
No,
fucking
like the
hilarious
demos
times
was
for real.
pretty bomb and
Yeah.
all that, the
But-
floor and all that.
Yeah. So yeah, Dead by Daylight was day 2. What else did we play on day 2? I played the Detroit demo, the one from the press conference the day before. Didn't save the fish. Fight me.
That should change the outcome somehow, like I don't know, the guy gets stomach ache or
It's like later on you're swimming in the ocean, you get eaten by a shark because you didn't save the fish. or
because you
something.
didn't save the fish.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, no, that game is a must buy for me now for sure. Especially after playing it. I saved the girl without shooting the guy. We ended up getting sniped anyways by the sniper. I wonder if that affects the game too, because afterwards,
looks like it. Like
Yeah.
Android kind of looks like he's becoming evil a little bit.
like he's regretting hurting his own kind or things like that.
Yeah.
That and the way the police captain, I guess, views him too is what I'm thinking. Because in the beginning, when you're asking him about the situation, he does not help you at all. He tells you, "Hey, man, you're just here because of protocol." You know what I mean? Go talk to him before we shoot him. If it doesn't work, and you're just like, okay. So you go out there and try to solve the problem. But afterwards, as you're walking away from finishing that scenario, the guy kind of looks at you like, maybe androids aren't too bad at all, Or maybe depending if you do fuck up, that he's like, fucking androids,
Yeah.
So then later on in the story, there's a part where he'll either have to be sympathetic or turn on the androids or something. So I'd be interested to see if it goes that deep. But that game is fun. Camera is a little bit wonky on that game. But it's the same with Heavy Rain too, so I don't really have a problem with that. Investigating stuff was fun. Replaying memories and all that was fun too, so not too mad at that. The check-in system fucked us again. Because he tried to check in for Gran Turismo VR, and they only had
Oh,
they only had 4 seats open for each time slot.
exactly. And as soon as you try to reserve it or it becomes open, it was already filled.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man.
So stupid, bro. So stupid. Oh, we got a lot of the QR codes scanned too. On the first night when we were playing Gang Beasts and all that, there weren't too many people around. So we were able to just walk up to stuff and scan barcodes, dude. That was pretty cool. That's where we got a majority of our free shit. We ended up getting the platinum card because we're platinum players over here. But it wasn't that hard compared to other years, was it? You just had to scan 30 things, go to the Capcom Cup and something else, and that was it. Which seems super easy. I felt like last year we were really grinding out for these platinums. Not this year.
Yeah, we had to like actually go in line and play the game in order to get a scan, which I think was more better. You're like forced to play, forced to wait in line, so that way your waiting in line feels like you achieved that, I don't know, that scan, that reward.
You earned it.
For here it's like, okay, just scan the thing that's already outside the booth. You don't even have to play the game, just look at it and all that. So that's why I think we had more of a good time when we were playing more games on the second day. Like dominating in Destiny 2, making sure like that we're the better ones in PvP, because I don't know, we spent so much time in Destiny 1. I think that's why we were pretty good.
Now, there were some people who had the barcode on their badges, you know what I mean? So after you played their demo, you told the person, oh, hey, I played the demo. They would turn their badge around and you could scan them, right? There was a few demos. So there were some people still doing it like they were doing it last year. My favorite experience, though, was I was waiting in line to play this demo. And if you play the demo, then you get the game for free or something like that. Some indie game. It's like a beat 'em up or something like that. And I'm waiting in line, and where I'm waiting in line, the lady that has the barcode she's standing right there and letting people who've already played the demo scan the barcode. The guy that's in front of me in line has his camera out, zooms in on the QR code on her phone, and takes a picture. And I was like, does that really work? And he goes, I don't know, man, try it out. So he puts the barcode up on his phone that he took a picture of, and I scan it, and it fucking works. And I go, oh, hey, thanks, man. I start walking away. As I walk away, I hear the lady go, are you serious? Start talking to the guy, and he's like, I'm sorry. I'm still going to play your demo. And I was like, yep. Let me just disappear Ezio style into this crowd here. It's so crazy how you can game the system at certain points, man. Because that's what happened with other people too, right? Like they were taking pictures of the barcodes and we were scanning it on our phones.
Yeah.
I think I did that for you with the Capcom Cup barcode. I just took a picture of it, went back to you in line, and you scanned
and then I just scanned your phone. Yep.
So that was good. Any demos you missed that you wanted to play, man?
I thought the Spider-Man demo was actually going to be there, but it looked like it was just a
just the pictures.
Kind of yeah. But other than that, I think that was mainly all the demos, because we played basically almost the good ones and the ones we played, and like the game next to that high school girl too. That was pretty fun. It was a 4 people, but it's a free for all kind of thing. And I was playing with Eric, Danny, and a 4th guy. But basically, you have to play each avatar, each character, in order to get a scan in the app. And in order to get all different characters, you have to play all that game over and over and over. But it was pretty fun. Like, you're invisible, and the only way you can actually see the other player is if you attack, or you can subtly see their movements. Once you attack, of course, you get revealed. But it was kind of tricky because like one guy was chasing me with a katana. I think that was Eric, and he was invisible. So think of like a snake, or not snake. What was the guy with the katana in Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah, Gray Fox.
Gray Fox. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so it felt like Gray Fox was chasing you in the entire game, which was pretty cool. But other than that, we played mainly all of the demos that we thought was cool, except for Monster Hunter. I didn't want to get in that huge line.
Yeah, especially since you could just play it at home.
Yeah.
Even though you played like 1 minute, but still, the opportunity was there to play it at home.
The one demo I was thinking we should have been playing was Mario Odyssey for the hat at E3.
Oh my god! Nah, that line was just too crazy.
That was the most horrible line I've ever seen.
Yeah, man. I feel like the people that we saw at the end of that line didn't even get to play that game still.
Oh shit!
I remember the first day, it felt like you could just walk up to the game and play it, dude. But the second day, they like made sure people got in line for sure. So that's crazy, man. One demo I feel like I missed out on a little bit was Lost Soul Aside, and basically it looks like Final Fantasy 15, but it plays like Dark Souls. I've heard.
Oh, so, really?
Yeah. That was that one game we saw by Gungrave.
Yeah, the Gungrave game.
Yeah. There was one by there. And whenever we walked by, even at nighttime, even when it was slow, when we got to play all the other games, there was still that line was like 5 people deep. Yeah, dude. And it wasn't a short demo. You played that game for a little bit when you were playing it. So that's the one I feel like I missed out on. I heard it's one guy in China that's making that game.
Oh, thinking about it, yeah. Okay, so there was it was one guy. I think I heard about this game through my cousin like a couple months ago, or maybe a year ago. But it was like one guy, one developer, and he was making this really, really cool looking game. And I think it was this game, Lost Soul. And I was like, okay, we got to play this game when the game comes out, but it looks like, there's progress with the game. And then after our experience, I saw an article like one of the top anticipated game was actually that game listed too.
Yeah.
So we definitely got to check that out.
I know, man. I saw, dude, we saw it so many times. We passed by it
a
bunch of times, but there was always a long line there, man. I was like, shit,
yeah.
All right. I guess. Next year. Because it looks awesome, dude. It looks great. And the fighting looks so smooth. So I can't wait to check that out. Yeah. Oh, one of the last things we did too was check out the Capcom Cup, which was super hyped, dude.
I was actually, kind of excited with that kind of audience. I was like, woo!
Everybody, I know. You got these little boomsticks, and you just couldn't help but clap them together, man, when something hype happened, dude. It was great. I think the match we watched was Birdie versus Zangief, and Birdie just fucked him up, man.
Yeah.
Zangief does seem overpowered, though. It seems like he just combo those throws over and over again.
Those grabs, too, yeah.
Yeah. But that Birdie we watched, apparently he won the whole thing.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude.
Doing the same kind of... What did he do? He did like a weird grab in the air.
Yeah, and then he would throw banana peels and Coke cans on the ground. That was the funniest, when he would throw that Coke can on the ground and he would just walk as the Coke can's rolling. So, just in case you get hit, he can combo you up. And the whole time, all you can do is, back away from him. So he's a pretty smart player. But apparently that kid's like 18 and made $250,000.
Oh,
dude.
my God.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, and they also I think revealed season 3 characters for Street Fighter V. Sakura's coming back. And I didn't know Sagat was not in the game yet. I feel like he's a standard character, dude.
I know. I would expect for all the standard characters to be there forever, but do you have to pay for these DLCs now?
Probably, yeah. But now I get why Street Fighter V just gets such a bad rap. I mean, Sagat wasn't there from the jump. Sheesh.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Overall, like I said, I think PSX was a success this year. We got to see everybody do what we wanted, get the merch we wanted. I did end up picking up that Bathing Ape t-shirt, which I'm gonna look to sell here in a little bit. But yeah, overall a good year, man. We had Pizza Hut pizza, which was the best, and M&M's donuts too.
Oh, I had diarrhea. But nah, like if you have been eating unhealthy for all of your life, and then you start eating stuff with a lot of fiber and protein and all that, oh man,
Yeah,
like
that'll
my
blow up your
stomach
spot.
was wrecked. Yeah, I wanted to fart, but you can't fart. I don't know why, but the entire time I was just like farting, all over the floor. But never again. That's all I can say.
Fiber never again, dude.
I'm gonna have to bring unhealthy food like pizza to snack on.
Well, yeah, man, super good times. Definitely gonna go next year again for sure. The only thing is, I
Definitely.
hope the press conference portion's better. That's my only wish.
Exactly. If they just start talking, I think I might just stand up and walk out. Become the next meme.
Yeah, man. I mean, something more than just talk about games that are already out or we already know about, dude. Maybe tell us what we could do on the show floor. Tell us how the app works. That would
Yep.
even be better than what they did up there. But we'll see. We'll see how they take the memed feedback they got from this year. That guy yawning and clapping. And Rick's cousin going, "I'm sorry." Hopefully that sentiment has been passed on to them. And they get it. They do a little better next year, at least for that portion of it. But yeah, man. Dude, this year went by so quick.
It did. It was just August. We were looking forward to going here, and now it's done. It's
Dude,
January 2019.
I remember when we were counting down fucking E3, dude, and that's come and gone too, bro.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
I guess Comic Con next. I don't know.
Yeah, Comic Con is next, dude.
Holy crap.
Shit! But it's been a wild year, man, and hopefully 2018 can pick up where 2017 left off, man. But now we get to a point where we're making our video game recommendations for the week, man. So what do you got for us this week?
By the way, I sidetracked it again. I was looking for the video. I found it. This game was released, or the gameplay was released a year ago, and I can link it to you. It still looks amazing.
Even
And
back
this
then?
is Yeah. So a lot of people were really looking forward to this. They even wanted to pay the developer to keep get it going, but I'll link it to you later. But the
Yeah.
game I have recommended is Grand Theft Auto 4. Did you recommend that game?
No, I think I've recommended 5, but not 4.
Yeah, so basically, I wasn't into Grand Theft Auto series, but Grand Theft Auto 4 got me into it. It was just because of the story, and it was of Nico Bellic. You're like an immigrant, coming to America for the better, for the dreams of becoming rich and living a nice life. But then,
Mhm.
you get mixed in with all these bad people, and it's all about like kind of like an honor system, and how he presents himself, and you have to do all these things. It's about loyalty basically, and that story just like it was really good, and it definitely got good reviews. Grand Theft Auto 4. If you've seen the trailer, man, I got ADD. If you've seen the trailer of the Mario Bros, of where they made the
Oh
mods,
yeah.
that one that was pretty cool. I think that might actually get people hooked into looking at Grand Theft Auto 4. Just watch that on YouTube, the Super Mario Bros. GTA 4 mod trailer. But anyways, that game is awesome. Good story, good vibes. That'll get you directly hooked into Grand Theft Auto 5, and that's where you can get wrecked online by a tank while you're flying a helicopter. Because this guy is fucking amazing with his shot.
Wait, dude, have you seen The Punisher yet? The Netflix show?
Nah, not yet. I'm
Oh,
gonna start
dude.
getting into it, but Mario first a little.
Yeah, that's true. No, I started watching it last night, and it's pretty bomb, man. It just reminded me because it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto 4.
Shit.
Because it takes
Okay,
place in New York and stuff. It's kind of good. It's super raw though, man. It's like bloody. Like there's this fight scene where he's using a sledgehammer, and you're like, "Holy shit, dude! They're showing everything, bro."
damn. Okay, I gotta check it out tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, no. On top of Grand Theft Auto 4, like we talked about earlier, the Lost and Damned and
Oh yeah, the
and
DLCs and stuff.
Ballad of Gay Tony. Yeah, those were great DLCs that
Yeah.
didn't take an hour to beat. You know, there was a lot of story in those, and it was cool because you were still in Liberty City, but you just saw it from a different perspective. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so showed kind of all sides of life, from an immigrant, from a biker gang, from a club owner. It was, they all complemented each other well. So those are all very cool. My game recommendation is a game I've only spent 4 hours playing, but it's brought me endless opportunities and fun already. Mario Odyssey, dude. I just can't stop
Oh wow.
gushing about this game, dude. I've owned it all for a day, and it's just fucking amazing, dude. As I said, I think it's just because I haven't played a platformer or a lighthearted game in so long, but it's the most fun I've had in a long time, dude.
Dang,
Playing
that
video
says a
games,
lot.
it's like reviving. It's like reviving my love for video games. Like after this, I'm gonna play Mario Odyssey, dude. It's gonna be great. And it's like I have no fear of like dying and worry about the consequences or anything like that. It's if I mess up, I just get back and jump on the horse again. You know, which is probably gonna ruin, like, if I ever try to play Dark Souls again, I'm probably gonna cry because I'm gonna be so used to this cushy Mario life. But yeah, the gameplay's tight, the graphics look great, even if it's just on a little cartridge. That's what surprises me the most, is that all these Switch games are on like little cartridges, man. They're not on CDs, and they still look awesome, dude. So yeah, the graphics are good, the music's amazing, just everything put together looks great. There's a lot of abilities that you can do, like, for example, if I needed to reach a ledge that seems too high, there's a way I can combo my jumps and do certain abilities to reach that ledge, you know. And maybe I'm supposed to jump into a certain enemy type to make that jump, but I can make it happen on my own just with the tools around me. For them to allow you that creativity is great. And again, organic learning, taking all these skills that you learn in the beginning and applying it later on in the game is so great. I can't say enough about this, man. I'm probably gonna finish it by next week too. I'm gonna play this game a shit ton. But yeah, that is it for us this week. Next week, we'll be talking about our favorite games of 2017, whether it's games we played or games that got released. As you know, we're not the richest people, so we can't buy the games as soon as they come out. I mean, shit. When the Switch come out in March, we're barely buying them.
Yeah, March.
So we'll go through what we can as far as our favorite games of the year. And maybe we'll pick, like, I don't know, a Hot Couch Potato Hall of Fame game or something. Like our favorite game of all time. It'll be interesting. See what we come up with. But I have a feeling of what game it's going to be that we both can agree on. But yeah, until then, Rick, some words of wisdom?
If you haven't bought a Switch, go buy one right now.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.